So I'm more common from like black media. I was Captain Smart by JB. I didn't send me a tuja and I no pay. Na and some are walkano and some non washipa ye. Nina say was it MPP4 episode Sabotaging NDC for a year Mama Muya or Mubunimu. The San Sentino or no a year Captain by JB the one town must be Sansim Hunu and Consultre say. Omobabetina a year or May no betina a year a cunyaso for a few polypollen watching on Omubabi Huni and a Ghana food in a Hunu a year to my phone and a memo phone Mubabi Buye a woman in so your mother say on Metro Mano. Ting at the sea a year NDC for Amamuima and ye or no Captain Smart Bad JB so be man home so pan de tia eye MPP4 ana busia o kasa afaya ade akwa akosi obi semira kwa Aboagye eso semira kwa Aboagye eye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia sika wode man so mfanye campaign na akorare soa woni na hofe sakono awode wotimi gi sika yi na ne wode wasa ne siremu na ne wone ne yere ene ne mpra no ne ma ene na busiafo be didie wo fe sika yi na diye eno ana eye JB ade to abonten say ono so no onim na obie na no e de 2NDC for so adwuma de bedi ni kire say sika e wo say wode ye campaign wamfa anye e na amoma ko opposition it is o wasem bi kan eye ni sika nwasem e no fa ya da kwakosi eye twetwefo e de ma eye MPP amanyoko Justin from Ponkudia eso a ono so eja wo to de akode so no abusia enye easy wa kan sem bebre e de afa ho a be be so ka me ho e kokodi nchiremu no ebesisi e awuja baby a wo hwe me bia wo haw ne amane kodan na bia da eda wo so bia no bomode se onimi bedi nkomo ye de samna nwanwaso bi aba e frene se eyesika kokko na gold samna wo haw bia da eda wo so bia wo hia sa samna we se bi afi wo ye bema wo hwe me wo bema sam wo fo wo bema ye ketwa rabaji bula matali eduro bi na wo bema enye kesi watimi abo adwuma nso ache e wo empem ye de akwankyere bi aba abuzua no ye hwehwe wo hyebrim a ye frene se mpelifo akwankyere ana se wo betima frene back to sender onipa bi ha onipa bi tata wato bet e wo ho se wo sanity bi obeku bomode so be fa numbers na egu screen ase na woni mi akasa me hwehwe wo hyebire mu hwi a na bomode se me kire wo ne obeye
most of the time kodoma redo I remember of blessed memory akoye project bi see the constituency okoye what do you call it is it pipe but baby omo chane so nkonkoye pipe no wanya no ho e no no hunu se or the researchers koye researchers so ka chane so nkonkoye no what say bia baby amigina yi e na kroma for the ka chane so anya no baby awo yi baby ami wo be poso e na baby awo so wo asane mu researchers for the say oye no ha no muzie na nso be ba mo e na kroma for the say oye no ha no muzie na be boaye no problem when Janet me for the kan and okokoye no baby researchers for the year no unim or ye project this you hold mu wie ye for so many years or more you do that. You know why? Because in between and baby away omusi omu nananom e wo mfimfin ho no mu baby. So the assumption is that nsuo no mo no e yo mu nananom nsuo omu nananom ho nsuo and omu no mu there is no way they will drink water that is coming from their great ancestors. So what is our common sense when the logic way I say in your book asem? It has nothing to do with book. It's about common sense and development communication. You communicate accordingly. It's a new patriotic party. Sabotaging we are truly democratic. And I'm going to come become your mom the tomb. Now say ye jani hanta na eya moa. It's not the other report and then for the entire MPP people and of course the Ghanaian people at large. That was what they said on passing. What person would just say? Because I am also sensing say the details of that report is so dirty to the extent that you people do not have any moral right to even talk about anything called democracy. So it is also there. And there's so many on social media and the other platforms, you know. You may kind of say, Mamu. Said that one of them also wrote to say, yes, see, Aboagye the national treasurer is looking for Miracle Aboagye to come and account for Sika. Dr. Baomiadeba no as the campaign, the special assistant and the campaign manager, and I say whatever it was, Sika the man should come and account for it. Say I'm open the other, say I'm the and this also so there. Then bring the report. But we kind of for how miserable the whole report is all about. If indeed you are looking for power, because we remind Ghanaians every day, every morning, every afternoon, every evening about six reporter. What is your interest? Just a report. What is your interest? Okay? In any case, there are a lot of institutions that Ghana had to say MP before that. That's what your heads. I was so Buah. A lot of institutions, very romantic areas, very romantic institutions are Ghana for MP before, and that's what your heads of those institutions. Buah. Okay, dear, when I was home. And young people now, they're not that go for the appointed now. That's all. Interest better than John Dramani Mahama. Ghana Airport Authority is the same MPP manner. Now that go for the appointed on one. That's all almost sincere. Go to different institutions, and you will find out to say, and it's not about look. I am not interested in whoever and whatever it is, but I am interested in the outcome of every single thing that goes on in this country. I am very much interested in everything that goes on in this country. Not your personal interest, not a political interest, but the interest of Ghana. VR, Nipa da VR, I know, still that's what people need. The deputy NDC ni Ogo Farachi Teaching Hospital. Me am a professor there, a very fantastic young man. I wish the son of Competence because he's doing a very knowledgeable and a very decent job for the good people of Kumasi and Ashanti region. He's doing a very fantastic job. As I saw watching and the Buah man at that position, not because he doesn't qualify, he qualifies a lot, but doing lobbying skills and are competent enough. That's one thing I like about him, Professor Ade. Aboagye, now couple person corrupt no. They said you're more corrupting the former CEO no. But he thought it twice. He said, "Mamitra mi akasa mi banglo mu." Now every single benefit to be a because he was a lecturer at KNUST. So he's still staying there one Kasade Bangalow or Timu Hodomo and all the benefits are required as a CEO of Competence Teaching Hospital. That does not mean that he is weak. That does not mean that he is incompetent, but it means he's doing something that is of good benefit to the people. That is leadership. Forestry Commission. Forestry Commission right now. The CEO of Forestry Commission, he is still there. The deputy NDC. Like this is one of the best ever thing that I have ever experienced. But Yama Amabu Nakwa says, "Won't come work for football. What the anymore and pass so." And then they see here during the time and another Nakwa may take you over from John Dramani Mahama. He sacked everybody. He sacked everybody. Whether competent or not, or Pamobia. Or Pamobia. And the call for the best share honomo. Go to National Communication Authority, the NCA, when they all honour APP. Go to ECG, Mia Kasami Wafa, Engineer Samoa, on the Dasso to what Moses here. Go to Ghana Revenue Authority. Go to FDA, call for the Drugs Authority. These are all institutions. Right now, it is being managed by the NPP and also deputized by the NDC people. Meanwhile, NDC for me brave or honor they are well competent and well qualified enough. Omunya Jumanye. Meboa. There are a lot of NDC gurus What's your credentials? Not your qualifications. Not the way you will see you up. Look, they are more than qualified to occupy any of these positions. But they are still marking time at home because there are NPP people still occupying that space. It does not mean say something previous. And see occupy one move through because it is a position that is being occupied by the NPP people. They are equally competent. They are equally qualified, but certain pardon ideology, any ideas and qua, certain pakrono, and so many who say, Dabi, this is the direction I want to go. A qua when I'm person me fast, but over so share own goes to there. Dabi, let me my own Harry Magua. Now they say, yeah, walk quiet, yeah, anymore. Now Harry Magua go up so share own goes. No, that is the politics we are doing in our country. There are a lot of NDC people who are well qualified. Every single qualification. They are still marking time at home. I'm not so fear. John Dramani Mahama, I'm positions. Meanwhile, there are still MPP people still occupying some positions. They here. Tago. It will interest you to know, say, there are positions more. Government state-owned agencies will hold more. I buy the crime now where class that state-owned agencies exist. There will be a President Kufuor the appointed was still that's what to hold more from that time till now. I just said about you. The Pacono so or execute the Juma diligently, dear. The person is free to go. The person is free to do his job. But whereas the person do not conform to the ideology of the central government. Naka IGP na care pamono. Naka CDS na care pamono. Naka very sensitive areas, sensitive and romantic areas. Na care pamono the heads of institutions every honorable. It is just because the president wants to turn into a certain direction. It is turn into a certain direction there. And your heads na more honorable. And you don't know far. It is about the side the most memorable own goes saboteurs to his institutions. Like what happened at the airport. For 8 good years, you had to cocaine da. Meboa, another time, you had to cocaine baby. For 8 good years, you had to cocaine da. But don't Dramani Mahama buy 3 months, most of them you had to cocaine bad the oh. Oh yeah, why? What am I know? These are things that we are talking about. There are a lot, over 120, I think about 300 positions for all more. Ghana Meteorological Agency. Why they all more? It is still an MPP person. Meanwhile, they are NDC Kofoa, qualified by certificates, experience, what have you. It is not like we hate the NPP. That is why there is a possible need, say, just to report Kodia. Some report now, whether it is good or bad. Let every single Ghanaian who voted for you know what is in that report. If I only say wrong, I mean, Jenny and time on the top position. I keep saying this. When you were in government, that was a J. First time. Now you knew say you want to appeal to the questions of the Ghanaian people. It's more brave was a kakra and my second term and I'm most of mama so Ahuma Pro Max and I'm dream one so Buah Kasamo Congress a crab call where Kubase just to amend a certain part of your constitution. More to me and because of various levels of ahobasobia, where something that we could position way, where something that we could position way, where something that we could position way, it will be in his comfort zone, feel say, or you're better than somebody, and also could a certain position be or best about target the other person. What would never have home? During your presidential primaries, what would never have home? Ghanaians will never forget, even if the kind of fear, we do not have short memories. The kind of fear, and Ghanaians who voted for you deserve to know every single thing that went into that report. And this I had a better position at it because I'm about to about the amount. Not till now. Me nya hu ne enti ulu so about to da. And then the day say me to about ma. Simple logic. Se ba to about the amount. About to da nko yi. Nasa will say what find out what your key findings. Nasa key findings indicate say ade way A B C D ekoso yesi ko jo pokroma ene Kenofriata during their town hall meetings. Yes say omo preacher Mr. Otabel. Omo quote Bible quotation Mr. Otabel. And no one of the key factors. If you don't say what brony factor now, omo de Bible no cry no contribute to their defeat. There are a lot of misconceptions or conspiracies about your reports. So do not make it look like God of War Yakoto Saturday Mamono. We are just comedians or we are just ordinary Ghanaians. But indeed, if you respect the will of the people, someone the Ghana of War Bugana for Padia Munya de here. Namuma Majimunaho as a political party. Namunya Muhodro because you have about 3.5 more years ahead of you to also go for that election. In any case, say coming kwani yenya me so enkwa Ghana which will not happen. Na kabuta so I'll take you to no. Na kabe because what are you coming to thank me for? Common sense. I will ask you that question. What are you going to thank me for? Seven about the Tiawada. And I said 7 about the bow. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Now, Enra. Now the person make us the same way. Kofi Buah, Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Se Ghana for Trahani a passer Cronoadoso. Near to me, Chrophobia, not just a ye do your home yesterday. Ye do your home and a yesterday because I said Cronoadoso. And now, I'm out for book Crono, I'm out for book, but to me, Chrophobia who said Po. Whatever you came to do at your press conference yesterday, to me, do not hold any water. No, you are so beard so. To me, who says something union house in the Why didn't you cry? For what? Because they are laid down procedures. They are laid down rules and regulations. They are laid down every single thing that you need to go through to make sure say. Even if there's a need for amendments, you take it to the floor of Parliament, the procedures will have to follow. Now, if you're much more amending, Brano. But for you to watch a simple documentary and start sharing tears, crocodile tears. Boy. I said I didn't tell any. And when you feel an intem. Because it's an open secret. Our God had to say, yes, sir, I say, your forest reserves, I say. And of course, God of you in India, that's just say. A time came, I was the Catholic Bishop Conference. I think that was June. I think that was June, around June. Catholic Bishop Conference, I was International Conference Center. His Excellency Nana Kufuado stood on the podium and said, as at the time, Okasano, Akota mining was not involved in any illegal mining. Memoir. As at that time, I know Okasano, Akota mining was not involved in any illegal activity. So before that time, what was Akweta Mane doing? Emma, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources led by Abu Jinapo, wrote a letter and there was a counter letter to it. So Akweta Mane was involved in an illegal activity, illegal mining. But the President of the Republic of Ghana said, as at that time. So who born dog? Who are your friend that investigated that issue? When the President had said, as at that time, he wasn't interested or he wasn't engaged in any illegalities. Also, yes, institution, but don't check it. Okay, investigate today. What are you going to investigate? Because the president of the land, who has the sole responsibility to also make sure, say, I'm running the attention, the mayor, or do not say, Akweta Mane wasn't involved in any illegality. It's all your right. Who put this CID? Seven brothers, and yes, I know him. Yeah. We don't want to see what we saw yesterday. Honorable Kofi Buah, please, with all due respect to you, with the greatest of humility to your office, we do not want to see what we saw yesterday. If indeed you were sharing tears, that to me is a crocodile tear. And I could that be true and another usual because I don't know will not prove anything to Ghanaians. I don't know will not add any volume to Ghanaians. I don't know will not bring our lands back. But if so be your body. No, I am body the tear nature. I am body the tear so the assase. I am body the tear gather. And brand new hormone. And any because we are yes. And I am mommy's or I am mommy's son. That a month one day be a do tell me that as a more that a man or quadra the thing that the call who say ya, the thing that the call say ya, not that I'm saying ya. No, come on, your first Abuamamu. Your first Abuamamu. The relatives who holds that if some running the honorable, that's a one putting all the legal procedures. Number say Akweta Mining, Akwesaya Forest Reserves, I don't need to be krata. What was I just saying? Now listen to this. Okay, as of 2022, there was a letter at the Minerals Commission at the Akweta Mining, and it indicates solely say Emra, I friend Emra, Omaniso. And what I would just want you to publish that particular letter for me. They kind of for you now who say that is exactly the truth we are talking about. It is not about some fallacious comment and I say be a fallacy be and I say yeah possible kebi and I yeah no. When the Mineral Commission speaks, it speaks a lot of volume. It says that something that is factual. Because the Minerals Commission is a state-owned institution that ever sadema way to be cost ye. Now, the Mineral Commission says in 2022 said none of the above lease. Now listen to me carefully, very very carefully. Whether I wish to say you publish this particular letter, who really about that video? The Mineral Commission says that none of the above leases, so there were previous ones are attached to this very particular letter, yet to become because of time. Falls within the Tano Numuri Forest Reserves or any forest reserves for that matter. Thank you very much. That's it. Now, it goes on to say, the letter from the Forestry Commissions and its Minerals Commission dated 8 August 2022 and 7 September 2022, which are being circulated alongside the lease granted in 2021, have no bearing on the above set out leases. As indicated by the ministry's press conference or press statement dated 10th September 2022, Akweta Mining TA. And this is the point of order. So So you do not go there and cry to Ghanaians as if say, "Say brothers, I say, yeah, baby, say, horrible." As indicated by the ministry's press statement dated on the 10th of September 2022, Akwanta Mining has a pending application dated 25th August 2022 for a mining lease over an area within the Tano-Nimiri Forest Reserves. That application has not been determined by the minister, who is mandated by law to grant or refuse such application. And for the avoidance of doubt, Akwanta Mining has no mining lease, mineral rights, and or permit to undertake any mining operations in the Tano-Nimiri Forest Reserves, and steps are currently being undertaken to enforce the minister's directive issued on the 30th of September 2022. So what are you people talking about? If indeed this letter is coming from the Minerals Commission, then what are you talking about? Hey, Chairman, please. Chairman, Ghana is a very serious business entity. Ghana is a very serious business. Hey, Chairman, please, with the greatest of respect to you, this is not what we want. Take action, because you see, yes, say, your forest reserves are say, yes, what say, one here. That's a there was a ocean documentary. Now the documentary is the meaning and also taking advantage of our system. You sit there and you cry to Ghanaians and say, what? Say, maybe I'm Ghana. No! Mamambra Enyejuma. If indeed Akwanta Mining have violated the laws of our land, you know the owner of Akwanta Mining, who is about to me, wouldn't him know. So I tell us also there, stop sharing crocodile tears. Or perhaps you are trying to tell me, sir, and some of your crab was so horrible, and some of you do was that. Now, okay, Ghana Constitution, it is the president and I did Ghana, your minerals laws, your dear said, and good year was Suase. I was slow, I was so, and assassin, but big beer. You find a natural mineral resource. It is vested in the hands of the president in trust of Ghanaians. And the president has the sole obligation to appoint somebody to also take charge of that very particular ministry. It is the president, by virtue of the power, to be a God of what the amano. No, be ye honorable Kofi Amamu say, Brabeye Bibia, make catch me some better press conference in a who's who says some brothers, all my million and also no. Mama Ghana 13 years because here in the abundance of water, the fool will be thirsty. In Sua Chaya Westia, tell me, just give me one typical example of Sua, Chaya Westia, Papa. But those days, we could go to the riverside, yet the example so the money as Sania, because who near what I was when I say. But then there, what else I didn't be? Just because of mining activities. Maybe the Mabusia, yet we could cross through a mamenum. Yeah, this guy never class so the ababenum. But then be a one of Busia there. Sikana Muanti is what cry Enyamona. It does not mean so you should subject Ghanaians to that level of poverty when you know the root cause of the issue. So what am I now? Men yet to send your seven brothers as a ye dada ya hubi as a diano ye by pase kata so ye katasumo mwasro subembi na se betie as a no Ghanaians do not want that. Second sankwa dia na kagana for ekoto santrese ye kwakoto aba eyoma pahini ene ne mra hye bedwamufo